Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Fight to Survive. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this tabletop RPG, where you employ your martial arts to survive the mean streets of New Hope City and build a legacy, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about By the Numbers. When the going gets tough, when push comes to shove, that's when you get to see what a fighter is really made of and take their measure. In Fight to Survive, that measure is represented by the game coming down to its numbers. In moments of action, pick a number on your character sheet most appropriate to resolving the conflict, and the game master will match it against set numbers, challenges, to see if your character succeeds. In any competition where the outcome is uncertain, numbers are compared, either to the opponent's relevant numbers with the highest number winning, or to the challenge tiers, where only meeting the number signified on the tier is necessary for success. There are three main tools for conflict resolution within By the Numbers, which are techniques, virtues, and comforts. Each of these options have a number value from 0 to 12, and each use the same scale of comparison called challenges to determine outcomes. To present the distinction of what is possible in the game and what is required to accomplish it, a set numbered steps called challenges are used. You have easy for martial artists to do, skilled or tough, expert, strong or first-rate stunts, champion level, and master. These are numbered 1, 3, 5, 8, and 12, respectively. When made apparent by the game master or otherwise by the in-game world, any situation where the outcome is uncertain except for open violence is governed by the following steps. Step 1. A proposed solution. A player chooses a relevant quality of their player character that has a number, a technique, virtue, comfort, or a special training of the player character, and describes what they hope to accomplish and how. I would just say describe their action, that's it. The player does not tell the associated number to the game master. Then, choose difficulty and reveal threats. The game master will take the proposed situation and decide on a challenge of 1, 3, 5, 8, or 12, as mentioned before. Against a non-player character or other player characters, the game master will instead refer to that character's own appropriate number value. Depending on the circumstance, the challenge tier may be kept a secret from the player attempting the task. Against a rival player character or non-player character, the number to overcome is always secret. The game master will warn if injury will result from failure, but consequences that would be necessarily hidden from the fighter's view, for instance an ambush, are similarly hidden from their players. No, this is no good. If the game master warns the player of certain injuries, the player is going to be like, no, wait, I'm going to try this other thing. And the game master, well, if you try that, you may get injured in this way. And the player, no, wait, I'm going to try this some other thing. Step 3. Testing the player. If the player wishes to influence the challenge the player character faces, they can attempt to shift the challenge by one tier through role-playing their player character appropriate to the situation. Well, this is always a given, of course. Step 4. Tier shifts. Based on what the player said during role-playing, the game master may shift the challenge up or down by one tier. Step 5. The game master narrates the outcome. There are only a few outcomes. If the player character's score is less than the challenge, the player character will fail in their action and suffer whatever predetermined consequences. But if the value is equal to or greater than the challenge, they succeed, roughly speaking, as intended. If they opposed another player character or non-player character, and the result tied, then if the outcome was mutually exclusive, both sides lose. If not, then both sides somehow achieve their goals, although probably in a dissatisfying way. If the player character is overly capable and resolves the situation using a higher tier than the task requires, then the game master gains hard knocks a meta currency they will use to make things more challenging for the player characters later. How many hard knocks the game master gets scales with how much better the player character does than what was required of them, according to certain criteria. For example, +1 hard knocks if there is only one tier of difference, +3 hard knocks if the player character performs 2 tiers beyond what was necessary, and so forth. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to talk about more details concerning resolution in these checks and challenges. As you can see, the system flows quite smoothly. This system is great in my opinion. As a diceless system, it promotes immersion and smooth play. However, the way that it is being taught, sometimes there are some hiccups, but like I said, do not get fooled into thinking, oh, this system is terrible because it is being taught as a sort of Mother May I conversation. No. This is actually a good RPG system. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.